welcome to FOPY'sCREATIONS. Creations. I'm Jan. Normally on my videos, when I manage to get them up and running, I'm in my craft room, which is in my loft, but today I'm actually having to wait in for a few parcels and I don't really be upstairs in case parcel delivery people can't wait for me to come to get down the stairs. So I thought it's easier to just sit here, do some things while I'm watching TV. So just really running through what I'm going to be doing today, just to give you an idea. As most of you know, I don't give tutorials. I just really show you what I'm making and how I'm doing it. Then if you can learn from that, then that'd be great. And also trying to inspire people who just cannot get going, and it's worth it. Just give it a go. Whatever you make, it's something you've made, and you should be proud of it. At the weekend, we went to a little craft. Well, it's not a craft fair. It was a Christmas fair. But very often at the Christmas fairs, there's lots of people that are crafty and they make lots of different things. We met a lady I've met her before, but she does macrame. Sharon and I are going to be booking to have some lessons with her, sort of quite soon, hopefully. If not before Christmas, hopefully soon after. There was some gentlemen that were making wooden things like trays and games and things. We didn't buy anything there, but they were really good. We haven't got room for any of that, to be perfectly honest. What else did we do? Oh, and then we went to another lady who was selling pottery, and we bought a little pottery pumpkin as a tea with a tea light. That was lovely. Yeah, other than that, the rest of it was just tombolas and buying just little presents and things, and we had a cup of tea and met friends. Anyway, back to today. I think I said to you, I showed a while back that I had bought, well, I showed you 2 huge bags of wool. I already had some wool, but I'd been lucky enough to find big bags of wool cheaply at a vide grenier. To some of you that'd be a car boot or boot sale. And obviously a lot cheaper than buying new, and it was saving it being thrown away. So I bought it off these ladies, and I didn't mind to knit Duncan a jumper, and I just thought I'd just show you the progress really. I mean, what I've done is it's like a 1960s pattern really, just to get the right amount of stitches, all the measurements and everything. But then I wanted to make it quite simple, a pattern, so that I could do it while I was watching TV. So I've done just really very simple, to me, just knit and plain, and just Duncan chose his colours. Not sort of colours I would have chosen, but he does like sort of quite bright stripy things and bright colours. So yeah, so that's the front and back, and I've done one sleeve. It's quite nice and stretchy and everything as well, and quite soft. So yeah, I'm on the last sleeve now, so that should be done soon. And then what I've been doing for Christmas, I've not actually made... Oh, I'll be making one present actually. We have a nephew who has Hunter's, I think it's Hunter's syndrome. Apologies if Kath and Chris are watching this and I've got it wrong, because I very often do. And he's just got a health problem. Well, it's physical as well, to be honest, but he's much younger than his years. And so he needs a bib when he's eating. So what I'm doing is I'm making lots of bibs for him. So that'll be, my next video might be just showing what I've come up with to make his bibs. I did make a bib for Sharon actually, just as a joke, because she's always spilling her soup and things down her, and she loves it. In fact, she says she wants another one really. But I'm going to do these for a nephew, and they shouldn't take me too long. And these, what I'm doing, as I say, I'm not making the presents apart from that one. I'm making some sacks to put them in. This is the first year for a few years that I've actually managed to buy physical presents for the children, because with Brexit and that, I've not been buying presents because of Brexit has now made it more difficult to post things back to the UK. So expensive, not just not worth, no, it's just not feasible really. So this year we've booked to go over for a few days before Christmas, so we're going to take the presents with us. So it's been nice to actually give them something physical they can open. So rather than actually wrapping each present individually, which years ago I probably would have done, but it's a lot of paper and a lot of wrapping. And when you've got 11 grandchildren like I have, it takes a while. So I've decided to make them Christmas sacks. So I've got a lot of fabric in my stash that I knew I could make sacks with, and it was difficult to come up with the size for what sack to make, and I did look online, and it's basically come out the size of a UK pillowcase. Funny how pillows are different around the world. The French ones are square, but the English ones are more oblong, and I think Italians are as well. But anyway, so I've come up with this. They're all white. They're all having white, and I've made these initials, one initial for each grandchild. And the difficult thing is I've got 3 C's in there, and I've got 2 A's, I think it is. No, 3 A's. So with each one I've had to put a little initial, the next letter of their name next to it, so that I won't get confused when we come to giving them out. Because I'm not going to remember each. I mean, they're all slightly different, not all different fabric, but some have got a slightly different fabric. That this one's like a seersucker. I don't know if you know what seersucker is. This one I'm doing is what used to be, I don't think it still is, an IKEA curtain. So that's got another different fabric in that one. And I decided to put, I haven't got that one because I haven't done that yet, but I decided just as a little extra touch to just do a running stitch around the top of the sacks with wool, and that's what I'm doing here at the moment, sitting here watching TV, just to give it a little bit extra. And I'm thinking of doing something else on there, but it depends. Because I've got the bibs to make, it depends on time really. But I've just got these last 2 to finish turn over and stitch on the top. But I don't know, I might put something else, and they almost seem too plain, but then, I don't know, maybe I might cut out, I don't know, a bell or something, or maybe embroider a bell on each of them, something else that's Christmassy, but we shall see how time goes. So that's what I'm doing with those. Oh, and while I think of it, what I've done, I don't know if you can see, I don't know if you saw my video when I made some cushions and I embellished them with wool, and when I stitched over the wool with like a zigzag to hold it on. When I've done the same method on this, you hold the wool in front of the foot on your machine and use a zigzag stitch and stitch over the wool, and then put it there. So what I did, I've drawn with my heat erasable pen the outline of the letters, and then followed that. I tried to make it as simple as I could. They're not perfect as usual, but I'm sure the grandchildren aren't going to be that bothered about that. All they want is the presents inside. So that's that. And then another video I'm going to be doing, just to give you a brief, I've decided this year, again because I'm going back and because the postage, even for cards, can be expensive, very often I use a company like Funky Pigeon or Moonpig or something, order the cards there and send, which again it still isn't cheap, but in some ways it's probably still cheaper than making my own and posting them. So I've decided this year I'll make my own. I'm only making small ones, but I thought I'll make them a bit more personal, make my own and take them with me. So I'm doing this size card. I mean, really, a card doesn't need to be big. I mean, used it years ago. I used to think the more special a person is to me, the bigger the card should be, but it really doesn't matter, does it? It's what's inside and what you put inside that matters. So I've done a couple of templates, one of a bell and one of a Christmas tree. And then I've just got all the sort of Christmassy colours. They're not all Christmassy, but I've cut them out, and I've got some fabric Christmas trees, some red ones there. I've got several different fabrics for the bells. Another one there, just for different bells. And I'm going to, I think I'll probably just use one of my old needles, so I don't want to use a, you know, I don't want to ruin a good needle, but use one of the old needles. I might end up even doing it by hand, I don't know, but I'm going to try sewing these, because I've seen it done, and sew them on the cards, and and then maybe embellish them a little bit, and just see how I go with those. But so they've done that. I've got red spotty Christmas trees. Then there's like it must have, I don't know if you remember, I did a bag with this fabric, and that's again come out of scraps from that. I've done another bag from that fabric. There's some more of that one. I like the tartan. There's something Christmassy about tartan, isn't there? This is a similar, again, there's a bell. And this one, tartany tree. Now this one was a Christmas fabric, and I just tried to cut out and try and get the actual picture central. That one's obviously Santa. This one couldn't get it central, so it's totally off, but you can still see it's Santa and it's Christmas. Managed to get Santa in the middle of that tree. This one is it was a square picture, so I cut it as a penguin on a sleigh. This is another one, I'm not sure if this will fit on that card, but I have got some longer blank cards, so I might better do that as parcels. And that's another one that's just a parcel. I say, all of these, they're either going to be stitched on. If the stitching doesn't work, then I'll have to glue them on, or I'm not quite sure yet, but again, I'll be videoing and hopefully be able to show you how they go and how they turn out. So if you want to see what I do with those, obviously tune in and keep an eye open for that video. These are all penguin pictures, most of these. I mean, this one I couldn't bring myself to cut it up anymore, so I don't know, I might have to do one big card. So yeah, I'm looking forward to them. That's the different. I've made my cards before, and I've done them. One year I actually made Christmas trees, and I'd stitched wool in and out, and I threaded beads on them, and my friends were thrilled to bits with those. So it's worth sometimes taking the time to hand make cards. So hopefully they're going to be the same with that. Just, you know, I like to recycle, and I try not to purchase too much, but sometimes things are just too tempting. We went into our favourite shop, Action, this week, and if you've seen, it's probably not going to be seen at the same time, but I actually talked about this on FOPY's France, but as soon as I walked in, I spotted this, and that is their solid watercolour paints with this tiny little paintbrush in the middle, and it is so handy just to have. If you're on holiday and you want to put it in your backpack or something, and you've got a little pad you can take, and just to take time to sit down and make a little painting, I thought I couldn't resist it. 99 cents. How could I not buy that? And also buttons. Now, you've probably seen when I was talking about my craft room and my stash that I've got a big toolbox full of buttons, but a lot of them are very plain, and they will all get used over time. Sometimes you just need that little extra special button, and these are wooden ones. Excuse the noise, a bit rattly, but two packets there, two different styles. I think there's two of each pattern, and they weren't even 99 cents. I think I want to say 69 cents. I've got a feeling they were 69 cents each box. I mean, how can you not buy those at that price? I mean, again, to say it's going a little bit against my principles, but you can't, I can't recycle absolutely everything always, or not so much that. It's more a case of having the right thing to do the job you want. So that's my excuse. So yeah, hopefully you'll tune in and watch the rest of that, or the other videos, should I say, and meanwhile I'm just gonna get on with stitching the top, So there's no sort of actual showing you me doing anything this time. Just wanted a quick chat with you. Thank you for tuning in. And just really, I mean, my numbers are very low in the videos, I must admit. It's not very motivating. But I do like to do the craft, and I do like to share with you that do watch. And I know some of you do feel motivated, which I really like. And I know some of you have actually got back into crafting after watching, so that's good. I'm still keeping in mind about showing any makes that my viewers have done. So if you want to share, send me pictures, and I will willingly and proudly show your makes and make another little video just to show what you've been doing. So I think that's about it for this week. So I will see you next time. Bye.